Hey, and welcome back to Sydney Trains Vlogs. This video is going to be one that's about trains at North Strathfield, filmed during major delays, but I just wanted to have a brief chat with you at the beginning, then at the end of the video to explain a couple of things. With the delays in this video, they actually ended up so much worse, actually some of the worst that I've ever seen. And as I finished the North Strathfield video, oh my goodness, it was an absolute pain getting home. But this was filmed back on the 14th of March 2025, so a couple of months ago. But sit back and enjoy the train spotting, and I'll touch base again towards the end of the video and have a bit of a chat with you all and let you know the nightmare it was to end up getting home. I am currently at North Strathfield station. Just going to film some trains for you all. This train here, which was the train that I was on, Waratah A76 city service, is currently delayed due to a big signal problem at Ashfield. However, we should still be able to get another couple of trains passing through on other platforms. The guide made an announcement before I got off the train that they may be sitting there for a good little while, so I thought, hey, I've got some time to kill and I will just get off here and film some trains for you all. Alrighty, we've got a Pacific National freight train, run number 5MB4. It's a Melbourne to Brisbane run, long trip. Right, it's been nearly 10 minutes since I got off that train, still sitting there obviously, and I was sitting on it for about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more, before I ended up getting off it. So yeah, it's running quite late. I know that the train ahead of this one is running about between 40 and 50 minutes late, and not too sure about the rest of the trains on the inner west, but apparently they were pretty decent delays on that inner west line due to that signal problem. As for platform 2 here, nothing's come through at all, obviously, otherwise I would have filmed it. It's got for trains out of platform 2, it's got a red signal, as you can see up there. Righto, a further 10 or so minutes later, the train is finally about to head off. Now there should be a V-set not too far behind that train, so we'll see that passing through. Fingers crossed it'll get a clear signal and won't have to wait too much longer. Been checking any trip every couple of minutes, and I've seen that trains have started moving a little bit more. Seems to be a backup of T9 trains at Central, and obviously a backup of T9 trains along this section of track as well. Still got a red signal, but got that V-set very slowly crawling up a good few minutes later. It's just coming to a very slow crawl, if not a stop. Alright, he's finally got a green. V's 47 and 50, they were from Newcastle.
The next train to arrive on platform 1 goes to Gordon.
Get a Newcastle interchange service about to pass through platform number 2. That should be an Oscar. Saw it in the distance a few seconds before I started this clip. not too far behind that should, quote should, be a suburban train on both platforms 1 and 2. However, it all depends on these delays. H40. Alright, here's the train I'll be getting on. I was going to stay here for a little while longer, but it's been probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes since the last, last anything. So these delays are sort of getting a bit worse. There's an empty train behind this Waratah. There's another suburban behind the empty train, and right behind that train is a train from Newcastle, and there's another train right up the back of it. So you could just imagine the delays as everything just sort of, just backlogged. It is a hot day today, but which could be a cause of the signal problem there at Ashfield, but I don't know. It's hotter out west and they seem to be handling it, so maybe heat's not the issue. Anyway, this city service that I am getting on is a Waratah, so I can't see the thing. A11, there we go. Alrighty, so as I finished this video, I got on a Waratah and we were sitting at North Strathfield for over an hour. Then I got to Strathfield and I met with my partner.
This train will stop at Eastwood.
So I met with my partner at Strathfield, and we were then going to get a train home. So we went over to platform number 4. It was platform number 4 at Strathfield, and we were sitting on that train for over 2 hours and there was no movement. So we're like, how are we going to get home? And there was a bus route or two that actually ran from outside of Strathfield station to Railway Square.
This station is Eastwood.
However, those buses weren't really frequent. They were pretty infrequent, and the amount of people was just colossal. It was just astronomical amount of people wanting to get these buses, so we had no chance there. So I'm like, how about we go around the long, long way back to Central? By the long, long way, I mean, we got on a VSET, a Blue Mountains bound VSET at Strathfield to Parramatta. It was a very slow trip. So we got on that to Parramatta, and then we were faced with buses at Parramatta. And the delays were so bad that, same thing as at Strathfield, the people were everywhere just wanting to get buses. This was now the middle of the afternoon peak, and so which I was actually getting a bit beyond frustrated. So we finally ended up getting a bus. It was a 5:50, I think it was, a 5:50 from Parramatta to Epping Station, where we then went downstairs and got the metro for a seamless trip back to Central. Then we ended up going to get on the 374 home. I made it in the front door at home after that massive round trip via Parramatta, the hour or so on the bus to Epping, the however long it takes to get from Epping to Central, and then the 20, 25, 30 minutes on the bus back home. That whole thing, and the train that we were sitting on at Strathfield Station for 2 hours, barely even made it to Ashfield. So, and by that time, I think that probably they would have stopped that train at, I don't know, Croydon or something like that, and said to people, look, we are not going anywhere soon, so like pretty much if you have a tent or something like that, use it, or a sleeping bag, or get buses. And I think that day they actually had issues with getting buses. So that was that story, and that was a couple of months ago. Still recovering. Not really. But yeah, they are...
Next stop, Denniston.
You could be fined for placing your feet on the seats.
Yes, you could also be fined for breathing. Anyway, those were it was quite easy to say that those were the worst delays that I've been in, and hopefully never go through them again. Those delays aren't frequent on the Sydney Trains network, by the way. I'm going to make that pretty clear as well. Like, it's not a daily thing. That was due to an issue at Ashfield. I think it was a signalling problem or something like that. This really just buckled the network. It was pretty bad. But anyway, that's all for this video. Enough of that rant. I kept hold of this video. I don't know. I was thinking about not even worrying about uploading it.
Will stop at Denniston.
But I just thought, look, I had nothing backed up, and I'm like, look, I want to explain that these delays actually went crazy. So when in the video in the North Strathfield part where I was like, oh yeah, major delays, there's a few issues, there's trains about an hour late. Oh, it got worse. But anyway, that is all for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.